the question I intended to address was the natural corners. And when we start looking at ramps, we understand that because the base of the pyramid is 115 foot higher than the land mass around it, we forget that it's a plateau. If we built a ramp, not only would we have to build a ramp, and the ramp material is calculated at being 7 times the mass of the structure itself. Building the ramp, there would be 3 epic projects. Building the ramp, building the pyramid, and tearing the ramp down. The ramp itself would be 7 times larger in base material than the structure itself. That's if it was on a level plane, but it's not. Because since we're talking about a plateau, the ground is falling away the further you get from the structure. So there's an infinite amount of material required for a ramp. Therefore, the ramp concept does not work, never did. Spiral ramps are a hoax. Otherwise, it would crumble and unlay itself. I explained this in the text. I explained it online for free. But the natural existing hills were a small ramp form used. And we focus on the northeast corner because it's the most clear. As we look at the northeast corner of the structure, we examine the rocks and demonstrate that the rock mass and material is fractured and it's poor quality. If you and I were to pile up the largest rock pile in the world, we would not use poor quality stone on our foundation. We all have to get back to a basic foundation, a solid foundation built on the rock. Otherwise, everything we know is built on shifting sands. The reason the rock quality at the northeast corner is weak, it's been shored up and fractured and has many problems, is because it was a hill that was there. Probably the hill itself was used as a short form ramp for the bottom 20, 30, 40, 50 feet to a point. However, at some point they stopped, cut steps out of the hill, leaving what appears to be a rock tier that matches the other rocks that were piled in place. We have a corner and the south side with the same type structure where the steps were cut out. We actually have others that are not as easily identified, and the assumption is that there are other hills underneath the structure. Uniquely, if we're on top of a plateau with hills that are absolute, documented, they're there, you can check it out with your home photos, is if we have a plateau with hills, very likely when they started building the structure, there were other hills in the region. And as they harvested the stone from the other hills on top of the plateau, we actually have demonstration of what I call above ground rock quarries. Because once they cleared it off to the lime rock slab that makes up the Giza Plateau, they would no longer exist. And sometimes the imagination of man cannot see what was there before. Tools and such that they used and that we would use today.